YouTube. We're going to put this Mishimoto baffle catch can on this 2005 Supercharged Dodge Ram. If you want to buy this kit for yourself, right here's the part number. When you open the box, you get some contents all nice and laid out with this expensive looking foam. Got your catch can, some hose, the bracket that mounts to wherever you want to put it, a little fancy Mishimoto bracket, which I'll show in the future. You get clamps for everything, assorted brackets to mount it differently, and some hardware. There's a couple different tools that you can use. I'm sure somebody has some of this laying around. You can either use a standalone Allen's. You can use the little bits that go into the adapter with a drill. I'm sure there's other options too. The little screws that hold the catch can to the mounting bracket are 3mm. Right now we have a catch can installed in this truck. It's just a small Mishimoto can, and the location and the size of it isn't ideal. So to drain this is a pain, and it's just no fun. So we're gonna move from here, and we're gonna mount the new bigger catch can in the front. So we're gonna mount the new catch can right here in front of the radiator. One hose will go in through this hole, and then the other hose will go up and over by right in here. To make our lives easier, we're gonna take this intercooler out now. Obviously, if you don't have an intercooler, you'll be able to get to this so easy that it's ridiculous. But we're gonna take this out so we can drill and put all our stuff in that corner. You can unscrew the bottom, and then this is what the top is. So the filter here is gonna filter the air going back into into your intake. So this is out and the side is in. Now we're gonna remove the old catch can, all the hoses for it, pretty much start from scratch. If you're planning on using a drain spigot style deal where you're gonna drain it at the bottom of your car or truck or whatever you have this on, you're gonna have a problem. So this plug unscrews, no big deal, but it has a rod that's connected to this baffle. So the issue is the rod that connects this centerpiece is like press fit into that plug. So you can't use this baffle if you're gonna use a drain that's mounted to the bottom like this. So like this one was draining and the hose went down and you drained it. To remove the center, you're gonna need to take that nut off, and then you can remove this plug, and it's gonna take a 13mm deep socket and either a drill or a ratchet or however you feel like doing it. So that center rod that was holding the baffle right here is pressed into this bottom plug. So I can't really think of a way to reuse the baffle if we're going to use a drain, you know, some kind of drain style setup. So going to Home Depot or AutoZone or O'Reilly's, any of those companies, to find something to thread into the bottom of this isn't going to happen. Okay? So what happens is, at 3/8 of an inch, everything matches this thread. At a 1/2 inch, everything in the store goes to a wider thread. So what you need to do is go to your local performance store or online and buy a specific Automotive version, and it'll have the identical thread. That means for now we're not going to have the petcock drain. We're just going to have this, and then in the future we're going to have to put one of these in, and then with a ball valve on the bottom. To mount this little pretty ring that says Mishimoto, use one of the long hardware bolts and a 5mm Allen head. Then you just tighten it down and it clamps around it. So that way you can rotate it and the logo will face, so everybody can see what kind of catch can you have. Here's a comparison real quick between the new one and the old one. It's quite a bit bigger. What we did was we held this in place, used some Sharpies, marked the bottom, and then used a step bit here to drill those holes. So now I'm going to put the hardware through the top and put the nuts on the bottom. This is how it looks all mounted. The output of the engine has the hose coming close to the fill cap so that the nipple comes out, comes around here and goes through the front. So it comes through the front and then goes into where we have the catch can, and then it goes back out the top. So the hose comes up the top, wraps around, pretty much follows this air conditioning line all the way around, hooks around, and then on the supercharger kit where the filter is, there's a nipple on the back side, so that's where the vacuum is being pulled. So we have it plugged into the back over there. I hope this video helped you guys out, and obviously depending on yours, because this is a universal kit, you're going to mount it and set it up a little bit different, but the idea is all the same, so maybe these steps can help you out. Until next time, wrench on.